Hello students, in this video we are going to learn about sexual reproduction in human, and this is the topic map. First we want to see the introduction, that is reproductive organ, and male reproductive organ testis, female reproductive organ ovary, what is gametogenesis, and in gametogenesis structure of sperm, structure of ovum and puberty, and menstrual cycle, what is menstrual cycle and phase of menstrual cycle, and fertilization and development, that is what is fertilization, what is development. And first introduction, reproductive organs. The organs of the reproductive systems are divided into primary reproductive organs and secondary or accessory sex organs. In the primary reproductive organs that include gonads, that is testis in male and ovaries in female. And the secondary accessory sex organs are in male vas deferens, epididymis, seminal vesicle, prostate gland and penis. And in female, the secondary sex organ, that is secondary sexual characters are fallopian tube, uterus, cervix and vagina. The role of secondary sex organ is, the secondary sex organs are involved in process of ovulation. Ovulation means sperm and egg will be released at the time, and the fusion of male and female gamete, that is called as fertilization, and next division of fertile egg up to the formation of embryo. After fertilization, the egg is developed into embryo, and next is pregnancy and development of fetus, sisu valaradhunu solrom, and next one is childbirth. Male reproductive organ, that is testis. The structure, they are oval shaped organs. These are oval shaped organs and they lie outside the abdominal cavity of man in a sac like structure is called scrotum. And cells of testis, the fibrous tissue called tunica albuginea that cover the each testis, many septa from the layer divided into testis into pyramidal lobules. And it possesses the seminiferous tubules, and seminiferous tubules is the site of spermatogenesis, the sperm form agum, and cells of Sertoli. Sertoli cells are supporting cells which provide a nutrient to the developing sperm, and Leydig cells, it's a polyhedral in shape. They lie between the seminiferous tubules and secretes the testosterone, is a male sex hormone, and it initiates the process of spermatogenesis. And next, the female reproductive organ, that is ovary, and structure. The ovaries are located on either side of the lower abdomen, and it is composed of two almond shaped bodies, that is பாதாம் விதை மாதிரி அந்த ஷேப்பில் இருக்கும், and each lies near the lateral end of the fallopian tube, and each ovary is compact structure. It consists of an outer cortex. It is composed of network of connective tissue called as stroma. It is lined by the germinal epithelial cell and an inner medulla, central mass of tissues, and granulosa cell, the epithelial cell which is surround each ovum of the ovary together forming the primary follicles, and the Grampian follicles, enlarged follicle filled with fluid. And next, gametogenesis. Gametogenesis means gamete that is formation of gamete. In male, the formation of sperm, and in female, the formation of egg or ova. That is gametogenesis. The formation of sperm in male and the ovum in female is called gametogenesis. It involves spermatogenesis, is formation of spermatozoa, that is sperm, and oogenesis, the formation of ova. The gamete with haploid cells are produced through the gametogenesis. Haploid cell means that is off in nucleus. And next, structure of human sperm. The human sperm, it has three main parts: head, midpiece and tail. Head, it is elongated and formed by the condensation of nucleus. The anterior portion as a cap-like structure is called as acrosome, and it contains hyaluronidase. The hyaluronidase is an enzyme that helps the sperm to enter to the ovum during fertilization, and a short neck connects the head and midpiece. And midpiece, it contains the centriole and mitochondria which provide the energy for the movement of tail, and tail, it provides the motility of the sperm. And next, structure of ovum or egg. The mature ovum or egg is spherical shape. The ovum is almost free of yolk. கரு உணவு இருக்காது. It contains the abundant cytoplasm and nucleus. The ovum is surrounded by three membranes. The plasma membrane is surrounded the inner thin zona pellucida and the outer thick corona radiata. And the corona radiata is formed of follicle cells. The membrane forming the surface layer of the ovum is called vitelline membrane. The fluid filled space between the zona pellucida and the surface of the egg is called previtelline space. And the next topic is puberty. The reproductive system in both, that is male and female, become functional and increase the production of sex hormone is called puberty. This results in puberty, and this phenomenon tend to start the earlier in females than in males. Boys attain puberty between the age of 13 to 14 years, and it is triggered by the secretion of testosterone in the testes. And girls reach puberty between the age of 11 to 13 years. It is triggered by the secretion of estrogen and progesterone from the ovary. The secretion of hormone are controlled by pituitary gonadotropic hormones, that is luteinizing hormone LH and follicle stimulating hormone FSH. And next topic is menstrual cycle. The cyclic event that occurs in the rhythmic fashion during the reproductive period of women's life is called menstrual cycle. In human females, the menstrual cycle starts at the age of 11 to 13 years, which marked onset of the puberty, and it is called as menarche. And menstrual ceases around 48 to 50 years at the age. This stage is termed as menopause. And next, phase of menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle consists of four phases: the menstrual or destructive phase, follicular or proliferative phase, and third phase is ovulatory phase, and fourth is luteal or secretory phase. Changes in the ovary and uterus are included by the pituitary hormone LH and FSH, that is luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, and ovarian hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. And this tablet column show the event of menstrual cycle and the role of hormones. First phase. First phase is menstrual phase, days 4 to 5 days, and changes in ovary, development of primary follicles, and changes in uterus, breakdown of uterine endometrial lining leads to bleeding, and hormonal changes, decrease in progesterone and estrogen, And next, second stage, that is follicular phase, that is 6 to 13 days. Primary follicles grow to become a fully mature Grampian follicles, and changes in uterus. Endometrium regenerate through the proliferation, and hormone changes, FSH and estrogen increase. And phase, ovulatory phase, days 14 days. And changes in ovary, the Grampian follicle rupture and release the egg or ovum. And changes in uterus, it increase the endometrial thickness. And hormone changes, LHS peak. And the final phase is luteal phase, days 15 to 28 days. And changes in ovary, the emptied Grampian follicles develop into corpus luteum. And next, changes in uterus, the endometrium is prepared for the implantation of fertilization of egg take place. If fertilization does not occur, the corpus luteum regenerate and uterine wall rupture, bleeding start, and unfertile egg is expelled. And changes in, that is hormonal changes, LH and FSH decrease, corpus luteum produce the progesterone and its level increase followed by the decline. Menstrual bleeding occurs. Next topic is fertilization and development. What is fertilization? The fusion of male and female gamete resulting the formation of zygote is known as fertilization. And fertilization in human, the fertilization is internal fertilization. It occurs in the oviduct of the female genital tract, that it takes place usually in the ampulla of the fallopian tube. Next, development. An oocyte is alive for about 24 hours, that is the egg, after released from the follicle, and fertilization must take place within 24 hours. The sperm enter into the ovum or egg and fuse it, resulting the formation of zygote will be formed. The zygote is a fertile ovum. The zygote undergoes the several division and may be stages to develop into the young one. Next, cleavage and formation of blastula. Cleavage is a series of rapid mitotic division of zygote to form the many cell blastula, that is blastocyte. And blastula comprises of outer layer of smaller cells and inner mass of large cells. The first cleavage take place about 30 hours after fertilization. Next, implantation. The process of attachment of blastocyte to the uterine wall, that is endometrium, is called implantation. The blastocyte reach the uterus and get implanted in the uterus. The fertile egg became implanted in 6 to 7 days after fertilization. Next, gastrulation. The transformation of blastula into gastrula is called formation of primary germ layers, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. By the rearrangement of the cells is called gastrulation. It takes place after the process of implantation. And next topic is organogenesis, that is formation of organ. During the organogenesis, the various organs of the fetus are established from the different germ layers and attain the functional state. Next, formation of placenta. The placenta is a disc-shaped structure attached to the uterine wall. It is the temporary association between the developing embryo and the maternal tissue. Maternal tissue means mother tissue. A cord of connecting blood vessels that connect the placenta, which is the fetus, is called as umbilical cord. And function, it allows the exchange of food material, diffusion of oxygen, excretion of nitrogenous waste and elimination of carbon dioxide. Next, pregnancy, the time period in which the embryo attains its development in the uterus. The pregnancy or gestation period of human lasts for about 280 days. During pregnancy, the uterus expands up to 500 times of its normal size. And next, parturition or childbirth, the expulsion of young one from the mother uterus at the end of gestation is called as parturition or childbirth. Role of hormones, oxytocin from the posterior pituitary stimulate the uterine contractions, and it provides the force to expel the baby from the uterus, causing birth. Lactation, the process of milk production after the childbirth from the mother's mammary gland is called lactation. The first fluid released from the mammary gland after the childbirth is called as colostrum, and hormone and their roles. The prolactin secreted from the anterior pituitary, and it stimulates the milk production from alveoli of mammary glands, and oxytocin secreted by the posterior pituitary stimulate ejection of milk. Thank you very much.